that I see men struggle with that. Like, how does any of my guy friends protect me from Ben? What if Ben stalks me again? Who knows? What if the other creep guy stalks me? Hopefully the other one moved out of town. You know, it's like you don't know. And it's almost like to be a woman is to be always in a war zone, because you never know. You never know. And I think I'm kind of moving outside of downtown Seaside. I actually feel safer, because where my neighborhood is just really chillaxed. It's even more boring. Because up in main town Seaside, it's a little like griftery and drug pushers, pill pushers, like, and I just rather not be on their radar too much. Because I mean, if they ask me, I give them anything I have. You know, like, you want a jacket, you want a pair of socks, you want a sandwich. Sure. But I don't know how much I could gain from that. Oh boy, actually, a gorgeous daughter is an adult woman who already lives in hell up here with meth head craziness. But she has this bad guy who fucked her up really bad when she just turned 18. He was the meth dealer behind the rehab house. Because every rehab house needs an in-house meth dealer if you're in Seaside. Right? And so the second she turned 18, he basically sexually abused her. And guess what I did? And this was like Maryeng out of nowhere, badass. He gets up on a bus. He starts all trying to talk to me nice, like he's my friend. Like, can I borrow your phone? Can I call so-and-so? I straight up start giving him this heart-to-heart, like, I'm the Catholic priest and he's in the confessional, and I'm all like, you just need to go turn yourself in. It's not right for you to put all that weight on a young woman. And you know, and he started doing this. There weren't that many people on the bus, but there were enough people on the bus that it was completely uncomfortable. And what he maybe didn't know is that the girl he abused is sitting in the very back. She's on her phone in her hoodie, looking all cool. And so I just start basically chewing him out. And I'm like, well, if that's all the justice I'm ever going to get. He was walking out of that bus with his tail behind his legs, all just so embarrassed. And it was it could have been a dangerous situation, but I think it was like I had known him and got to know him enough that I knew how much he could take without it getting too crazy.
Right.
But I knew it was kind of good. I mean, it's almost like people need to be called on their bullshit, and then, you know, we have another day. And when I got off the bus, she's a Pisces, she's deep, but she's such a beautiful little girl. I go to her, and her dad is there too, and he's all kind of like, oh my God, what did you just get yourself into? So I just hang with Celeste because she's like my best girlfriend, and that's George's daughter. But I'm all like, I'm a badass. And she goes like, you are a badass, Maryeng. You are a badass. And it was kind of like, if it helps her move on with her life a little, to know that there's someone who would stand up for her, then hey.
I'm going to allow some air in here.
Cool. Yeah, it feels good. We had like almost like a smoke cloud this morning, and I didn't know if it was like forest fires or what. It was weird, and I think it might be some of those southern Oregon coastal fires that blown up on the ocean. But I don't know about how they track the air patterns and all that.
Yeah. Sign back there says do not pass. I wonder why. I'd hate to pass here.
Have you ever hung out in Clatskanie or driven up the Clatskanie way up through to Astoria?
Yeah.
What do you think about Clatskanie? Do you know it much?
I don't hang out there. I stopped at the Safeway one time.
Yeah.
But I go through there once in a while.
They had a scandal a few years ago where a man